Hello, how's it going? I'm sorry. I have been busy. I don't want to make this the most long explanation that there ever has been or anything like that. This doesn't need to be too long, although I may say that and then everything might be long. I moved very far away from where I lived. I lived on the east side of Canada now. I live on the west side of Canada. I drove 50 hours to get to my current house, which is my first ever home that I purchased, which is unbelievable. I never thought I would ever do something like this. You may ask, well, why did you move all the way across the country just to buy your first house? Well, I hate where I used to live. I'd simply put, I really did not enjoy the current place that I lived. It was it is old and ugly is how you explain it. Pretty much I lived in Nova Scotia for my whole entire life. I was born there, I went to school there, I did everything there. And then eventually, it's just time to sit there and think to yourself, do I want to sit here and rot in a place that I don't even enjoy? I don't know if I ever enjoyed Nova Scotia. In fact, one thing that I was planning on doing as soon as I graduated high school was leaving, but unfortunately I had no money. I could not leave. It was too expensive. It's expensive to move. It's unbelievably expensive just to move across the street. So I had this big plan that I was going to move across the country. I might just put it in my mind, and then eventually it happened a couple months later. It happened so fast. I was just like, you know what? It might be time. It might be time to finally buy my first ever home, and then it just happened. Like, in a week. Basically, to sum everything up, is I drove 12 hours each day for 4 days. Actually, one of them was like 13 and a half or something like that. It was like 50 hours in total. It was like 12 and a half hours, 12 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours or something. So it was long and it was scary. I am lucky to be sitting here right now. The Weather Network lied to me. The Weather Network is, there's a couple of clips that I'm going to probably show because I recorded some things from doing the whole travel shit, but it just, I wanted to get a lot more footage, but I was alone, scared, and darkness was over me. I drove a long time. That's pretty much what happened, is I drove for a very long time, and I'm lucky to be here because the first day that I drove, it was maybe close to a blizzard as a blizzard can be. Dairy Queen would be jealous of the weather that day. It was unbelievably bad, and the Weather Network told me it was only gonna snow like a centimeter. So I'm driving along here on this slushy road, dark, no lights on the highway. I don't know why that's a thing. I don't. I have a couple clips that I'm probably going to show. It's pretty much just me sitting in sketchy parking lots. Getting supper and lunch is what I was doing when I pulled over. I didn't even get like any footage from the first day and a half I was driving because I was lucky to even make it there for one. I was driving by myself. I had pretty much a full SUV of all of my shit. I couldn't even see out of the rear view window the whole drive. I just want to say this too because I need to say this, and this is very important. I appreciate every single person watching this video. If no human beings ever watched a video that I posted on the internet, then I would not be sitting here right now. I would be sitting in probably that terrible apartment that I lived at in 2017 where the neighbors were so close to throwing me out. Well, not them technically, but the old lady was close to throwing me out. The amount of times I walked the garbage to the big garbage can very late at night while she was sitting in the lobby just waiting for people to walk by so she could bother them. As I walked by and threw the garbage in the garbage, she said to me many times, you gotta keep it down. The neighbors are not a fan of you. And I'm just like, ha 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 ha. Okay, I love every single person watching this video right now. I am thankful. It may sound cliche and it might just be like, all right, Kevin, shut up. But I'm serious. I appreciate every single person watching this right now. It's unbelievable. I can't explain the appreciation. I love everybody more than I love a Vlad Jr. home run. And do you know how much I like that? I'm currently in my space I like to call the dungeon. This is probably my favorite type of setup that I have. It's not finished, not even close to finished yet. I have 2 big cabinets that I built in the last 2 days. I got them and I was like, oh, this won't be that, what? This won't be that bad. Didn't show up in like some large box. The box was not even that big, and then I get it and I'm starting to screw everything in. It took me like 4 hours to build one of them. I have a bunch of stuff that I'm going to put here and a lot of stuff. I like there's no echo in this room either. Last place I lived, it felt like I was screaming into a wishing well. So I'm here. I'm sorry for not posting in the last like 2 weeks. Oh yeah, thank God I forgot to even say something, so I remembered. World Series or bust and other series will be back for MLB 23. Probably picked a very good time to move. It's right in February when, you know, the last MLB game is beyond finished. There's no shitting thing to do in the game right now, so everyone's just kind of sitting around waiting for the new one. So I'm very excited for that. It comes out in like 2 weeks, and hopefully by then everything will be set up, because I still have a lot to do. There's pictures I need to hang up. I have a TV right there. That's my favorite thing about this room. I have a TV above my head. I did turn around almost backwards to see the TV at the last place I lived at. Felt like I was in a grocery store trying to avoid the guy trying to sell me a credit card. The hell is this sketchy guy in aisle 7 looking behind his back every 2 seconds? I've been painting like a crazy person. I've been painting so much I feel like all I see in my brain is made of paint. Thank you again for even watching a second of this video. What? Who the hell is this guy talking? Guy's a fucking idiot. What's he even saying right now? It's a toast to everybody watching this right now. I love you all. Real estate agent gave me a package with my initial on a coffee mug. I don't even drink coffee. I'm drinking water. I'm at that point in my life. Okay. I need to give everybody a little bit of advice before they decide to drive across the country of Canada. Don't do it. Stay. Stay home. I have never in my life seen anything more terrifying. This is the highway. This is it. I have been driving for maybe 3 hours in this. I am the only person, I'm the only living human being on this highway. I'm in the middle of Ontario. What is Canada? I'm serious. Has anyone ever seen that TikTok where you can like draw a line? If you like drew a horizontal line just like above Vancouver and Calgary, east, like 80% of the country lives below. I see why. This is terrible. Nobody's here. I haven't passed a house. Not even just like a random house off the highway. There's nothing. All I see is darkness and signs every like 10 minutes to watch out for moose. Which I don't get that. Put a light up. There's no lights. I would see the moose if there was a light. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that ridiculous? Put a light up. I can't see my ass. I can't see anything. Put a light on the highway, please. Somebody. Can somebody in Canada do something to put a light up? I am in the middle of nowhere right now. I just watched a very old lady just yell at some guy for parking his truck on the side of the highway and not parking it in the actual parking lot. I don't know where I am. All right, like I've been driving for many hours actually, and I don't know where I am. I think I just passed Thunder Bay, Ontario around 2 hours ago, and now I am just, it looks like if you were to say to yourself, I'm going to move somewhere off the grid, you wouldn't even go here. That's how bad it is. It's there's nothing around. I've never been to rural Canada before, and I don't ever want to go back. I don't know what people do. Like this gas station I just went to has a subway attached to it. Where does the guy live who works there? There's no houses anywhere close to this place. I'm about 5 hours away from my next destination, which is in Manitoba, and then tomorrow is the day I'll be able to maybe make it to where my final destination is. I'm on day 3. The first day I was driving, I was legitimately driving in the middle of a blizzard, so I couldn't even record anything. Lucky I made it alive. What's the weather?
100 meters, turn right onto West Street.
The Weather Network sucks. No snow. No, none. Okay, maybe a centimeter. A centimeter of snow is what the Weather Network said. Blizzard. Blizzard in Quebec. Is that a waste of time? What am I watching or looking at the weather for? I can't see out of my front window. A lot of noises going on. There's at least in Ontario, there's legitimately signs that say, make sure you have gas because you might not see a gas station for a long time. In Quebec, it's just like, all right, well, the hell with you. If you were on that highway, if you started that highway with like a little bit over half a tank, you would have ran out. Good luck calling someone to come get you. You'd have to be one with the wilderness. There's nobody around. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. See ya. Subway parking lot. Again, I'm in the middle of nowhere. If you don't live in a city in Canada, you just don't live anywhere, apparently. I have 10 hours to go. You ever just drive and be scared to death that you're going to fall asleep at the wheel? That's what I've been like the last 2 nights. By the way, there isn't a city in Earth that has worse drivers than Montreal, Quebec. Like it'd be if you tried to drive worse, you couldn't. In Montreal, people will be going 30 and 50 zones and then just drive right over into your lane with no signal. Just it doesn't even matter. The speed limit doesn't exist in Quebec, I don't think. You either go 30 over the limit or 30 under the limit. 30 and 50 zones and they just come on in. Whoops! I stayed in Winnipeg last night, and that city is pretty much the exact same as the city I left to move. I'm scared to eat at this Subway because it's very, how's the shipping work for this? Because this is legitimately in the middle of nowhere. I think I'm still in Manitoba. I haven't seen the Saskatchewan sign yet. So this is like middle of nowhere in Manitoba. I'm at an Esso, and there's a Tim Hortons and a Subway and an M&M Meat Shop Food Market Express. Like, what's the shipping like on these Subways? They get like a fresh shipment of chicken the same amount as like one in a big city? No, they don't. Like, if I go in and get a grilled chicken sub, will I die? I guess we'll find out because that's what I'm getting. I'll talk to you in a bit. He doesn't like me. This is I painted the walls. The walls were kind of like a dark beige. You know, I don't understand either. I don't know if this is a lie, then this is a lie. One coat hide guarantee. That wasn't one coat. I painted this wall twice. I painted like 4 rooms. I painted the living room, I painted my office downstairs, I painted a bedroom upstairs, and I painted this eating area, whatever this is called. I got someone coming in to replace these floors. I don't like this floor. That was one of the first things I wanted to do. I immediately, once I was looking at the pictures of the house, I was like, yeah, that floor needs to go. I have to paint this room. That's a bad job. I did a bad job patching some of the small hole. Well, they were kind of large, actually. It looked like a caterpillar crawled into them. The basement is a mess. It's a mess. In fact, I could not tell you what is more of a mess than this basement. I have everything set up. Oh no, what? I have everything sitting here waiting to be put up. this is it. I have a Vlad Jr. jersey. Oh, whoops. Vlad Jr. picture. 2 coaches that look dead. Anyway, I don't know what else to show. I'm a homeowner now, and it's very scary. The first thing I had to do was I had to get somebody in here to fix the hot water tank. Thing was old. That was one thing that they had to actually, I don't remember what they had to do. Something about the hot water tank. This is the furnace room. I don't know if I should go in there. It's scary. I'm gonna have to go in there again at some point, but I don't want to. I hate furnace rooms. My mom had a furnace room when I lived at her house. What's that? This is the picture of the doorknob because this is as close as the furnace room I will go, maybe. For some reason, they scare me. And this one is massive. Like the one at my mom's house is pretty much the size of a closet. This one's bigger than the bedrooms. I'm getting new floors put in the yellow. No, this is the carpet. I like this carpet. This carpet actually looks nice. It's very fluffy. The one upstairs you can tell is very dirty and they never cleaned it. I haven't done anything yet at this place because I'm still waiting to do stuff. Right now, I need to wait for some stuff from Amazon Amazon to get here. I ordered this monitor stand. It was the exact same one I got at the last two places I lived. I had this monitor stand. I got it on Amazon for like $50. It may have been the best purchase I've ever gotten. $50 for a monitor stand. Amazing. The nail that I wrenched into the bottom of it so you could attach it to your desk so your monitors don't fly into your face as they're sitting there. The nail did not fit into the bottom. I did not realize this until I already set up my table and drilled 2 holes into it. So now I'm sitting there. There's 2 holes in the desk that I bought that I spent quite a bit of money on. So I just kind of threw it across the room in anger that night, and I'm never going to use it. I found another one on Amazon that was also, I think it was like the same company. That may have been my bad, actually. Anyway, I have a lot to do. I have to set up my office. I have to finish painting. I'm sorry if this is terrible quality. It's bad lighting. I'm taking this on like the selfie camera on my phone right now. There's been so much stuff. I had to rent a car and just throw everything in the back of it. I couldn't even see out of the rearview mirror the whole way here. It's actually a miracle I'm still alive.